Hello, everyone. This is Juan Carlos Romero. Hello, Professor Stanford. Thank you for the opportunity to give me the opportunity to do my presentation in a video recording. So here's my presentation for the database project. Okay, so for my project, I decided to use Wells Fargo as a foundation for my project. And here is the mission of Wells Fargo. And to summarize, it's helping customers succeed financially, simple and direct. And this includes improving communities, exceeding expectation, and provide superior financial returns. Wells Fargo products and services. We need to understand that Wells Fargo is one of the biggest bank organizations in America and worldwide, with almost 40 locations or 40 countries around the world where they produce their service or offer their services. And they have a pretty good online service, both in app and website. And customer can check their brokerage account, their saving account, their checking accounts, their daily transactions, and can even receive financial advice or education for investment and wealth management. A little bit about the history of the company. This one was founded in 1852 in the United States by Henry Wells and William Fargo. And for the last 2 decades, 20 years, this bank has been in the top 5 of the United States. And currently they are managing almost 1.9 trillion in assets. So their online service, which is based in my project, customer service, is available in different platform website in Windows, Mac, Linux computer, and is accessible on apps in iPhone, iPad, Windows Phone, and Android. And the main requirement for my project, I just wanted to reduce the scope for my project because, as I said, they have brokerage account and other service like a planned retirement, for example, and those things are out of the scope of my projects. So I just wanted to focus as the relation between customers, account, products, and the branch of the banks. Because also they have a system, obviously, to review managers and employees' performance per branch, for example. So those things are not going to talk about those things in my project, about the manager's performance or employees' performance. So I focus on customers and in their accounts, and in the accounts only in checking and saving accounts. Okay. So the main requirement is, in order that an individual or a business can be considered as a customer, they must hold an account. Okay. Without an account, any person or individual can use any product or service of the company. And here's my conceptual models. I just wanted to highlight in the center, here in the middle, is customers relation. This is a ternary relation between customer, holds accounts, and products. Okay. And under customers, here is disjoint. A customer can only be an individual or a business, but not both. Okay. So these are subgroups, but this doesn't overlap each other. Okay. So this one is a disjoint. And second, there is a overlapping here in the account, to the right to the account entity. So in reality, there have three subgroups here. As I said, brokerage account, checking account, and saving account. But for the purpose of this project, I'm only going to focus in checking and saving account. But in the future, this database could be increased, and we can add here, for example, we can add the brokerage attribute, the brokerage account in this overlapping subgroup, and a customer could have even the three accounts: checking, saving, and brokerage account. And in the future also we can add in the branch here the managers and employees table, or relation, in order to measure their performance in all of that. But for this moment, I only focus on this part of the in the project. So I explained already the overlapping and the customer disjoint. Customer can be only individual or business, but not both. And an account can be a checking account, saving account, both, or even they can have a third account like a brokerage account. Another thing that I forgot here is in the account, there is a derived attribute, which is the shared attribute. For example, I am a customer from Wells Fargo, and my wife and I share the same account. But maybe perhaps in the future, my wife can have or hold her own account, and she is not going to share with me anymore. So it's going to be separate. So that's why this is a derived account, depending if someone is sharing with me the account or not, and it might change in the future. So there is a total participation between customer and the account. The customer must have an account, or hold an account in order to be a customer, consider a customer by the database. And here is the relational model, and here is my physical model. I ended up creating 13 tables. Here's the detail: product table, transaction table, account table, saving table, checking table, loan area, region, branch, bank, information, customer, individual, and business table. And here are some examples. For example, here's the product table, and the product description or product name. There is one mortgage, a second mortgage, for example, a credit card, a vehicle loan, could be an auto loan or a personal loan. There is a home equity credit line, student loan, construction loan. For example, a construction company needs a loan to build a mall or hospital, overdraft credit line, debt consolidation loan, etc. And here, the important thing, or the most important thing in my database project was the system was prepared to share a daily transaction, so the customer can review it at any time without problem. And even the business or the company, Wells Fargo, can review it exactly what's going on with each transaction. They can track every of these transactions without problem. So I added a column called transaction time and transaction date. So in that way, both customer and the company, Wells Fargo, know exactly what's going on with the transaction, and they can record and track it, review it, etc. And an example here's at the table that I created and the data that I populated. For example, the transaction type description is payment, credit line, refines, account closure, account opening, change in terms, cash advance, etc. So for example, with this table, the whole idea is that the company and the customer can run reports. And for example, I am a customer of Wells Fargo, and I am the ability to review all the transaction, and even I can make claims and reject some transaction that I can recognize that I did not those payment, or I didn't bought that thing specifically. So I can do claims, and actually in due time I receive my money back. So that is the purpose of this transaction table. The account table is shared, yes or no, is open or closed. The current balance that the customer can review and check, and the saving and checking account, the loan table, the area region table. I divided in five quadrants. The Salt Lake City, North Salt Lake City, South, East, West, and the Salt Lake City downtown. Here's the address table. I pulled out the address information of the business, from the individual customer, because the address is multi-value, and they could have two addresses. It could be personal address or an office address. Here's the bank table, the information table. I separated the information table from the customer table in order to keep the third norm standard. And the future ideas, as I said, there is an online trading service, but it was out of the scope for this project. There is a tax center, a retirement center, that all these things could be added to this project in the future, and keep working on it to make this database the most realistic as possible, how it is in the reality, And as a conclusion, this project was really hard, but I learned so many things. And I understand now how important it is to develop this skill. I'm excited about the future because I want to get the certification and SQL database certification. I want to have an advanced class, and I want to keep sharpening my SQL skills. I realize how important is communication skill in the future in my professional job. Even though this was just a university project, it prepared me myself, and I could notice my weakness and the thing that I need to improve, and work together alone in teamwork, and avoid any conflict in the future. And thank you for the opportunity, Professor. This was my presentation. Thank you.